Hey, you! Listening to this podcast right now! Do you want to hear a fucking podcast about anything and everything? Yeah. Like movies, music, television, and more? Oh my god. Well, you've come to the right place. Yes. Subscribe to Journey into Comics Network, and you get Podcastrophe, hosted by me, Dick. Why not throw a couple bucks to the Patreon? It's your choice. Yeah. This is a Podcastrophe.
That sounds so awesome.
The following is a Journey into Comics Network production.
I'm a dude who likes brews. It's time for Brews with Dudes. Ah, juicy.
And welcome to another episode of Brews with Dudes. I'm your host, Nick. I'm here with Dave.
Hello, everyone.
I'm also here with Dongo.
Hey.
And I am here with Austin.
Yee.
If I had said that in a different order, like if I said Austin in the middle, then I could have just abbreviated you guys to Dad.
Ooh.
Dave, Austin, and Dongo.
Fuck.
The Dad Squad.
Why didn't you?
Damn it.
Mistakes were made.
All right,
Or in another order, it could have been the ADD squad.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
That's probably more apt.
All right, well, it took us 30 seconds to fuck up this episode, so the only way we can redeem ourselves, I think, is to start off with a super awesome beer. Technically, Dongo brought this one. It was a gift for me, though. Not really a gift, as it was an exchange, but we won't go into the details of that. Why don't you tell us what we're drinking?
We are drinking one of my favorite beers. It used to be my favorite beer, but it's either tied or fallen below a few other beers. This is Zombie Dust from Three Floyds. And I guess I'll talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Please talk.
Is there much to say?
So tell us about your one's favorite.
A pale ale. And it's from Three Floyds.
And
Good
it is
talk.
delicious.
And it was, I don't know about now, but it was very exclusive, very hard to get.
It actually still is
recently.
a sought-after beer.
Yeah, but it's so... I like, when I got this, I bought like 3 6-packs in one night of this shit, and it was awesome. An awesome night.
Where did you get it?
A combination of 350 Liquors and Barberry on 350.
Interesting.
Barberry, they allowed me to buy 2 6-packs, and then I saw the next one. Or no, Miranda got it. They were all from Barberry because Miranda got the first 6-pack. She's like, "Hey, there's Zombie Dust here." I'm like, "Get it." Then later
did I
on
just
that
have
night,
deja vu?
Huh?
I think we discussed this before when he first got it.
Yes.
On a Brews with
Yes,
Dudes
I did.
episode.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, story's been told. Go back to that.
Everyone's freaking the fuck out. Like, wait a minute. Whoa. Is this a new episode?
Whoa.
It's like Groundhog Day, but
All right.
I don't know. The last
Excellent
episode it was
story.
dark.
Even
Now
better
it's
the
light.
second time around. Let's dive right in.
Yep, that is Zombie Dust.
That's a good beer.
I remember when I first had this beer, there was a time where it was kept secret amongst friends when a store would actually have it, but more so when a bar in town would have it on tap.
You never tell
And then
people.
you just do your quick send out to your friends and say, "Hey, hurry, get here." They just tapped it because if you're not there within an hour, it's gone.
It was a beautiful time. I was right when I started getting really into craft beer.
I have 2 stories, both of which were the first time I drank this beer.
Well, you only get to pick one.
is it the same story you just told?
No.
Have you told this on another episode already?
I've had this beer for the first time twice.
Okay.
The first time was here, and I've told this story. It was that night that I came home from work, and you and Brett were here, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna drink with you guys," and I got a ham.
Did I just have deja vu?
So far, 2 out of 2 Dongo stories.
I got a Hams, and you're like, "No, have a real beer," and so you made me try Gumball Head, which I hated, Zombie Dust,
Ow.
Zombie Dust, which I was okay with, and then Alpha King, which I actually liked. Fast forward to later in the year, like around May or June, and I was at a birthday party.
No, you weren't.
It was somebody's birthday party. I didn't know whose birthday party, but
Fake news.
my friend Kelsey was like, hey, do you want to go to this
Wrong.
birthday party with me? I'm
So
like,
it was like a
yes.
birthday crasher situation.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I was invited by someone who was invited.
Wow.
And so they're like, hey, there's beer. Go get you some beer. So all I saw was Coors Light. So I'm drinking. I pick up a Coors Light and I start drinking it. Out of nowhere, some older gentleman goes, why are you drinking that? I'm like, I was told there's beer and I need to drink it. So I'm drinking it. I'm telling this like that to someone I no idea who they are. And he's like, we have a keg of zombie dust. Why are you drinking that? I'm like,
Wow.
Wow.
I immediately just handed him my Coors and left. Hi, ISIS.
Thank you, wise sir.
I handed him my beer, left, got the zombie dust, drank that the rest of the night. And that was my first actual drinking of it. And
ISIS is all
nice.
about licking dick.
In the armpit. That got in my armpit. Ah!
You look
that inner arm.
Man, I'm about to get over there and lick you the way she's after it.
She might be onto something.
Well, Dave, you're right there. Get at it.
Dave, when was
It's
your
not
first
cool
zombie
to
dust?
jump in on a bro's action.
When was my first zombie
Yeah,
dust?
let's talk about your first zombie dust.
It wasn't. I believe it was at DT Kirby's. That's the first time I had it.
As I was drinking, ISIS powerfully licked the back of my arm and thrust my arm forward.
You go, Dongo.
Dongo, you drink that beer.
Yeah, basically. God damn.
Loving on you.
The first time I had zombie dust was at DT Kirby's. I remember that, sorta.
One of those nights.
Yep. Is it a time where I just drank, my Miller High Life? It's all I stuck to. And they're like, we have this thing called zombie dust. I'm like, I like zombies. I'll take it. Did not like it. Now, I kind of like it. That's my story.
I don't remember my first experience, but I do have a fun experience, and I don't actually know if I brought it up, but I had gotten a case. I picked up a whole case of it from the brewery, brought it back to Lafayette, and we're casually drinking through it. It's a lot of beer, and eventually I get to a bottle that's like the neck isn't filled.
I think I'm having deja vu.
And it was that way for about 2 of them. And I sent him a picture like, hey, these aren't filled up all the way.
And then they sent you a free
A
case.
whole new case. They sent me a whole new case. I'm like, just for the fucking 2?
That's awesome.
It was beautiful.
Should I tell a story I've told on here before now?
Try to tell one that you think is new. But if it's old, it doesn't matter.
Deja vu.
Good.
I gotta know what this is from. Why do you keep doing this? Are you just doing it?
Just doing it.
Every time someone tells a story that they've already told, you scream.
Stop it! Stop licking me.
We're trying new things on Brews with Dudes.
But no, my first experience with zombie dust, and to go back to the whole when bars would have it on tap and everybody rushed down, I'd already been doing something like Brews with Dudes with a couple of buddies of mine. We'd go to a liquor store. We'd all get a 4-pack or a 6-pack of something none of us had ever had, and we'd just go back to my buddies, sit in his garage, and just drink beer until the odd hours of the morning because we worked a second shift. And we'd been doing it for quite some time. And my one buddy, who is from up north in Wisconsin, Green Bay, who was getting me and my other buddy really into beer, was actually telling me about like Three Floyds and Zombie Dust, and that's one in particular. He's like, "Oh, guys, you got to try this." And it was one of those times where the bar's like, "Hey,
we got it."
And he actually knew somebody working there that gave him the heads up before they tapped it, so we were actually able to get down there and get the fresh tapped keg beers.
On tap, it's even better.
Oh yes.
Mm-hmm. So it wasn't like the very first one. They were polite enough to run a pint or two through the lines real quick to make sure you have that ultimate freshness.
That sounds great.
It was very, very decent.
I believe this is going to be episode 21.
Yes.
Ooh.
21.
This episode can drink now.
I bet we're almost to 100 beers.
Oh, man.
I bet we're pretty damn close to it.
I know Austin and I, we're continuing the streak. We've been on the last 3 or 4 episodes together.
We're streaking.
I think, on that note, it's time to clean out these glasses and jump on to the next one.
It is, in fact, Snowpocalypse 2018.
It is
in
March. And it is snowing.
Mid-March, it's snowing.
Yep.
It's basically a whiteout out there right now.
Tomorrow it'll be 85.
Yes.
So
welcome to Indiana. So Dave, you blew me off of my yeah.
I did not blow you.
You blew me off last week.
I walked
Blew
away
off
for
last
literally
week.
4
What?
seconds.
You blew me off last week. You're like, hey, I'll be your guest on your show, and then you
shit.
weren't.
I'm a dick.
So I had a different David on.
Oh, a different one.
I
Yeah.
would
Is
just
he
like
prettier
to
than me?
interject. I would like to
No.
interject. This is
No.
not a gossip show, okay? I'm not going to allow you guys to Jerry Springer one. Just sit back
Oh.
here and talk shit. We're not doing it.
Oh, I'm talking all the shit now.
We're not doing it.
That's it. My pants are coming off.
It would be
Pants are coming
Nicky or something. Because I'm the one that has to sit here and mediate it. No. Don't take his shit, Dave.
What? I'm about to take my pants off and fight him.
Well,
Oh.
I'm not for that either.
I don't want that. I don't want that happening.
I'm sorry I blew you off. Dongo.
It's okay.
There we go.
You had a friend. I get it. You had
Just one friend though.
You had.
I killed him.
Let's
I mean,
drink.
what?
Guys, let's drink more. We're moving on to this beer I grabbed at the Bedrock Liquors today. 18th Street Brewery's Velvet Cashmere. It's supposed to be a pale ale. We'll see. I like a good pale ale.
Sounds super fancy. Sounds debonair.
All right, let's give this bad boy a pour, shall we?
You're such a fuck today, Austin. As opposed to any other day, I don't know.
I was gonna say
But
just today.
Just today, I'm a piece of shit.
it's not every day I get to say, Austin, you're a fuck.
Thank you.
I say every day I wake up.
First and
Just to yourself.
Just to myself.
Austin, you're a fuck.
That's why I love you guys.
I think I say it every single time I see you. At least once.
I agree.
I think I do. Sorry.
My bad.
Yeah, damn, dude.
And you wonder why I get such hostile.
I know, I'm sorry. Much hostile. Wow.
Fucking hostile.
I have random hostilities at Nick, and he's like, dude, where'd that come from? We're starting to figure it out.
Because of shit like that.
That looks good.
You know what else looks good?
What's up?
The show that's going on at Jerry Lee's Pub Saturday, March
shit.
17th.
What?
A St. Patty's Day Doom Room Bonanza featuring a Dogfish Head tap takeover. Holy shit. That
boy.
also looks good. I'm
What a
excited for
well-placed
that.
commercial
yeah.
there.
Oh, yeah. And with that commercial, I'd like to throw in a public service announcement.
Whoa.
Tell us.
Can you wait your turn? I'm in the middle of my PSA.
Plug it!
I'm in the
Plug
middle
away!
I'm in the middle of plugging this thing.
I think
Plugging
I'm
service
having
announcement.
deja vu. Did somebody just interrupt Nick in the middle of something again?
Oh, man.
off.
Classic Brews with Dudes.
I think that's Austin's catchphrase.
All right, let's take a drink of this beer
Yeah.
before I finish what I was saying, before Dongo interrupts me again. That is
Oh
interesting.
my lord!
That is interesting.
That is different.
Going in, it tastes like
La la la
your
la.
average pale ale.
I am Lord. La 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 la.
Midway through, it gets interesting, and then on the back end, it's like, oh, that's a regular beer.
What would you?
It
That's why I
tastes
got
like
it.
it wraps your tongue in velvet.
Yeah, there's that halfway through. It's got
It
this
just
very
it just
interesting
rolls right
flavor.
around your tongue and it just holds there while the rest of it
Do you
just
get what I
passes
mean by
through.
the back end is like a regular beer, though?
Yeah.
I was
I
like,
agree to that.
I was like, oh, that's familiar. That's new. Oh, that's also familiar.
This tongue wrapping sensation is really bugging me. Like, I get what you're saying, but
Roller
in
coaster.
In
The middle.
In
Yeah.
the middle, there's not citrusy. Maybe
It's kinda like a-
sour saison-y in the very middle.
I'm understanding the velvet because it kind of
Yeah.
it's so smooth and just
I like this.
like makes you want to just keep drinking
It's confusing
it.
me that I just keep drinking it. I'm like,
This is so
What the
good.
hell's
What is
going
that?
on?
What is that flavor?
I don't know what this is, but I'm gonna keep doing it.
I like it.
I'm gonna keep
So I
doing it.
can't anymore.
I'm about it.
Yeah.
So this
I'm getting it
episode.
in my mustache. I can't help it.
It's gonna air this Saturday,
Yes.
the night of this show. So if you're listening, then you're probably already coming. I wonder
And if you're-
I wonder
if
what the
you're
ratio
not-
will end up being. The people that are listening to this podcast right now, and then decide because of the podcast to go to the show when they weren't going to go before.
I mean, it's
Ooh.
more
The
than
show
likely
that
going to
will
drop
be tonight
Might be
as you're
nobody.
listening to it.
It might
tonight.
It's more than likely going to drop at midnight or 6 a.m. somewhere around there.
in that time period, depending on
One of those
where-
two.
what dimension the Podfather's in.
Yeah, right.
He does.
And then, so there's a good chance if you're like,
You'll have a full
Up at
12
those
hours to
times,
make your decision.
you're gonna be like, whoa.
Maybe if I also post about it, because I've been bad about posting like when they release on Saturday.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do it on Sunday. I don't think I've even said anything about
Oh,
the one
fuck,
that
it's
released days ago.
Tuesday.
And I haven't. Yeah, after this, I'm gonna have to post and be like, sorry. Damn it, I'm slacking. It was a busy weekend though. We had a
Yeah.
lot of fun this past
Yeah.
weekend. We all did different, respectively awesome things last weekend. I went to Frankfurt with Dana, the drummer, and Weed Bee, and we watched a couple bands there. Austin and Dongo went to Logan Sport
Yes.
for the
Yes.
Failed Escape reunion show.
which was the Record Farm 2-year anniversary show as well.
Yes.
I really wish I would have been able to make it to that.
I
Yeah,
could.
Dave is the reason I didn't go to that, just for the record.
I suck.
You know,
Basically, I suck.
that's all right. And then he went and Dave just
So I went
picked
there.
out, gamed out,
Yeah.
not gamed out, but
I ate a lot of pizza there.
ate a lot of pizza, closed down the vault.
I went there to go see Dwarf and Nate's band Walk Among Us.
Right.
I didn't know any other bands. I think I knew a Failed Escape, but not very well. And I managed to get there about half hour before Nate's set, and then I couldn't see Dwarf.
Why?
You could if you stood outside and tried to wipe the fog off the window.
Yeah, that room
A lot of stank
was
in there.
absolutely cram packed. There were people outside in the lobby of the theater just listening.
Wow.
Do you guys have an accurate number as to how many people were in attendance during Failed Escape's set?
I want to say
There's a lot of people.
100 plus.
Cool.
Like
Somebody
that thing-
said hundreds, and I'm
I wouldn't be shy to say 200 people were there.
That's
that
awesome.
that theater
And
was
that theater is awesome.
was like half full.
I've never been there,
pretty
and
cool.
wow, I was in awe at the stage and the theater itself. It's just incredible.
Yeah, I want to say if everybody there sat down, the majority of the seats would have been full in that theater.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
And you know what's also really cool is, and not to talk shit, but like, so they have like a very minimal theater setup for audio,
Yes.
and it sounded better than another theater here in town that has pro setup.
Well, the thing about the one that you're speaking of in town, I think, is that they're more catering to.
Well, they're also-
more larger productions. They're used to They're used to having nationally touring acts that want to have that monster system.
But the thing is, and it's not even the system; it's the acoustics. If you're right in
is
front of the
also
stage, if you're right in front of the stage, you can't hear a few things.
yeah, that's good
true.
Point. That's a good point.
If you're in the back, it's gonna sound great.
I like the theater. I've been there. Let's see. Mobile Death Camp played there. I was there for that. And then I've been there for several Record Farm shows. But I think I've only seen one or two different shows where they actually were in the theater.
It was cool.
I very much enjoyed a Big Lebowski showing there at the theater.
Awesome.
Yeah, you and Pilot went
awesome.
to that.
Yes.
When was that? That was recent, wasn't it?
It was, I think they called it a White Russian party. Like,
Awesome.
Yeah, I went. I wore sweatpants,
Of course
sandals, a old white undershirt, a robe,
course
and I
Pilot went.
just smashed a bunch of White Russians while I watched the dude
That
do
sounds
the
great.
same.
That sounds great.
It was quite awesome. I think I was the only guy in like dude attire,
That's just
which surprised
like,
me.
That's awesome.
That's just like your opinion, man.
Man.
You guys want to hear something hilarious?
Yeah.
Never seen it.
What?
What?
Oh, want to hear something
What?
even more hilarious for the dudes and listeners that are
I like
fans of
the dudes and the listeners,
which are also dudes.
Referring to the two dudes in front of me that have seen it, and you listeners here.
Okay, I was thinking a different way. Like,
just
only dudes.
Why you got to be so misogynistic about it, Dick?
Misogynistic.
Misogynistic. Why are you misogynistic?
I'm sick of your misogynisticness.
Misogynistic.
Whatever. But anyway,
go on. Go on.
For all you Big Lebowski fans, I've been a fan of it for years and years and years. And a good buddy of mine for a while, I had convinced forever that I did not like it.
Just for the hell of it.
You're
Just for the hell of it.
Only this one person, it's like, fuck this movie.
Yeah, because
everyone else is like, I love that.
It was funny because I would quote it with him. He's all like, dude, I can't believe you don't like it. You know all the lines. How is that? I'm like, because people quote it all the time, and I picked it up. And I think it's funny to quote it with people that like it. But I do not like the movie.
Actually, not having seen it, I think that I've got maybe 40% of the references, like the one y'all just made. Like, it's like your opinion. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
Someone says, I know exactly what the fuck
Watch
they're
it,
talking about.
man. Got a beverage here.
Hate the fucking Eagles, man.
Not calmer than you. I get some of them. That's definitely one. I feel like it's one of those. It's one of those things that I started watching.
Yeah.
Because I've definitely seen the first 15 or 20 minutes.
Apparently, you've never heard of golf.
I just get distracted. I know about the carpet. You know,
the rug.
Whatever. Yeah. Right. See.
It really ties the room together.
Boom. And you see? Okay. Boom. We're
I
there.
once played the Big Lebowski drinking game, and about halfway during the movie, one of my buddies was passed out pantsless. One was vomiting. I was fine.
Was anybody shitting themselves?
Probably at some point.
Did somebody lose a toe?
It was close.
Okay.
It was close.
All right. That's my segue. So Dongo.
Hey.
So why do you keep insisting that you're now YouTube famous? What makes you YouTube famous because of a comment that you made on somebody's page? How does that make you YouTube famous?
Obviously, I'm not actually YouTube famous.
Well, I was wondering.
You had me fooled.
Because no, here we go. I'm not trying to totally demean you.
Totally.
I was wondering if I missed something, because it sounds like they said something about it. You made a comment. And
I made a comment,
something.
and they used it in their video. That was awesome.
So was that the joke? That was the look at me. They said something that makes me YouTube.
Kinda.
I didn't know if
I wasn't actually seriously being like, oh my god, I'm YouTube.
I was wanting to question that. I was like, were you just being like a giddy schoolgirl about it, or like, hey guys, haha?
I wanted to know if, because when you took the picture, it had like 4 or 5 comments and likes and stuff on it. I didn't know if, since that posting, hundreds of people had liked the comment.
Oh no,
there was no super magical moment. It was just
the way they do it,
satirical.
The way. Okay, so it was on the Dickie Dines show, which is Jared Dines and Austin Dickie's YouTube channel that they just do random shit on, and every so often they'll post a thing to the Facebook, and it'll be a question for the fans so that they can use those comments in an episode of their show, and they react to those comments.
Okay.
So they asked, what's your most in 1 to 4 sentences, what is your most embarrassing moment? So I posted, in 1 sentence, I said, I played Edward 40 hands once and shit all over my friend's floor. And that got 4 likes. And normally they go by, the most likes are the ones that they actually use, and somehow 4 likes is enough.
That's a good one, though.
One of which was my own.
So it took 4 likes to make you YouTube famous on these guys' channel.
Quote, unquote, YouTube famous.
Somebody said that.
You could say it's getting pretty serious.
Dick playing science. Not Dr. Dongo, this other guy.
You're famous in
and
my
that
mind.
is how news spreads, where you just
But
there's that one disclaimer.
Spoiler alert, and this isn't a guarantee, but a long time ago, when Podcastrophe was just a wee podcast.
What is it now?
Weecastrophe?
Weecastrophe.
Weecastrophe.
It's for little people.
We've grown. But
we've got 2 hosts now instead of 1.
Yeah. No, Mr. Nate Phillips contacted Mr. Jared Dines, and he said, hey, I have a podcast on my network that you would be perfect on, and he suggested Podcastrophe. Jared Dines said, hey, dude, thanks for the inquiry. Here's my email address. Hit me up when you would like to be on. And then Nate sent me all that with the email address. I have not hit him up because I'm still trying to work out the kinks of doing stuff over Skype and recording it. And
Look at Mr. Proactive.
so I tagged,
Wait, he's got pimples on his face? Oh, wait, he doesn't. I get it.
There you go.
So I
No blemishes
posted
on that guy.
I posted the picture of the comment or the YouTube video with the comment and I posted that to Instagram, tagged Jared and Austin. It was like, hey, I would love to have you guys on my show.
I saw that.
I'd love to have you guys on my show so I can tell you the full story, which is great. It's a great story. I'm not going to tell it here.
You finish your beer so we can move on. To
I've already told the story on my show and on Journey into Comics.
So you will reiterate stories that you've told a million times on my show, but you refuse to give us
It's too long.
content.
It's way too long.
I'm sorry, listeners. I'm sorry that Dr. Dongo just keeps telling you the same boring
If you want to
and
hear that
forces
story,
you to watch his show.
I think
to
I've
get
got
the fun
deja
stuff.
vu.
if you want to hear this
Austin's
story,
catchphrase.
if you want to hear the story of the Blaning, go back to episode 16 titled Gummy Worms of Podcastrophe.
There it was, the plug. And with that, I think we're just going to scoot right along to the next beer. This one was brought by Dave. Dave, do you want to tell something about this?
I would love to. I need a can, though. This is the Hoppin' Frog Grapefruit Turbo Shandy
Damn.
Citrus Ale.
My goodness, that's light.
I got this because this frog on this can looks just so
Smells
happy.
Oh,
and
my. I got to
cool.
interrupt you for a minute. That citrus scent just
Ooh,
wrecked
this is very-
my face in a good way.
You guys just calm the hell down.
That frog
for a
does
second.
look quite cool.
Yeah. I want to know what
He's
he's doing
wa-
when he's not brewing beer. I want to know this frog
wearing
lore.
sunglasses. He is the coolest motherfucker around. And that's my opinion.
I agree.
I gotta smell this.
It smells really grapefruity.
Wow, yes.
Wow.
It smells like a fucking Glade plug-in.
It does.
Well,
I'm about to plug this into my mouth.
okay.
Oh, shit.
That's about as good of a pun as we're going to get. We might as well just enjoy it. That don't taste like beer, but
No.
holy shit, it's good.
Wow.
It's like a Fresca.
Yeah.
It doesn't,
Honestly.
it doesn't even taste alcoholic. It just tastes really fucking
No, that
tasty.
actually really tastes like a sour shandy.
Yeah. I get that.
That's
Let's see what they have to say.
just has hopped me right in the face.
Born from European
Oh.
tradition, a fresh grapefruit character nicely complements the light malt flavor of this grapefruit turbo shandy. Let the sunshine in with this super tasty citrus ale. Let's see, it's a 7%?
Wow.
What?
Wow.
But it's only a 7.3 IBU.
Wow.
So it's very low on the heaviness, but it's 7%, which
That
means
is insane.
I'm going to sit here and
My goodness.
I'm going to buy like
I'm looking at
more
it.
of this when it warms up, and I'm just going to get shit-faced without realizing it.
I'm looking at
This
my
is
glass here,
delicious.
and you know what it's making me think of? It's making me think of someone took a bunch of like the pineapple lifesavers and just melted them. It's got like that same hue.
Yeah. It looks like somebody poured me a glass of lemonade, and I'm going to enjoy it on a hot
Honestly,
summer day.
yeah,
my
that
goodness.
too.
I am riveted by this beer.
Either pineapple or lemonade.
That was
Oh, that croaked me up.
brilliant.
Oh god damn it! I missed it, and then it came to me.
Oh.
I was like,
This is a riveting beer.
I heard
Did it
riveting.
twice.
Oh, my goodness.
I heard riveting, and then I realized frog, beer, rivet.
I think that's it.
Fuck.
Episode 21, a riveting good time.
Yes.
Sometimes they just write themselves.
Riveted for your pleasure.
This is delicious. Like, it does not taste like a
God.
beer. I agree.
No! Everything doesn't have to be a sex reference.
God.
Yeah, dick.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, Dave.
Podcastrophe, the past
Love
several
you.
episodes. Just,
We got to put Dick away.
Several or all?
I
Mine
mean,
is
more so
even
lately.
Game of Thrones.
More so lately than usual. It's just explicitly sexual in its just title.
And
Even though the
haven't,
episode itself is not,
I haven't even made a sexual reference
I've
this
decided.
episode.
So
Like at all.
one of the
We're
things.
how far in? And
Neither have I.
Dick's the first one to do it?
He said riveted for your pleasure. I'm like, that's pretty good.
Just shut the fuck up, Dick.
So one of the things I've kind of decided recently, and this is spoiler alert for future episodes, but I sometimes hate coming up with episode descriptions.
Oh yeah, I'm not very good at it.
So like you can tell like the creativity kind of runs dry after like the first sentence when I send it.
Yep.
And I'm like,
let me get a couple.
So I'm just gonna start doing like super clickbaity fucking descriptions,
God
like
damn it.
Tyler kills a man. Dick is disappointed.
What happens next will shock you.
Well, Harley Morenstein from Epic Mealtime, he does that on his personal YouTube channel. It's like me and Andy broke up, and like see what happened next, and it's just like, and he'll even make the thumbnails like just him and like her.
And it has nothing to
it's
do with
super
that.
dramatic, and it's just like him going about his day.
Wow.
Yeah, super clickbaity. It's hilarious.
Does it have a bunch of pop-ups?
Trendy.
No.
It make you reload another page.
He does
for
it
every
because
paragraph?
he knows it. One, he does it because he knows it works, and two, he does it because it's like it's funny. He's doing it
Yeah.
ironically.
It's not funny, actually.
You're not funny.
Stop it.
I don't try to be funny, so I don't care.
You lack humor.
Gentlemen, can we just drink this beer? I'm ready for the next one.
Austin's making me hopping mad.
Damn it, Dave.
Sorry.
He's just sitting back there in the shadows waiting. He's thinking of all his frog words.
Nick,
Yes.
you never finished plugging a certain show this Saturday.
Yeah, the show tonight.
Tonight.
Plug it.
There's lots of good stuff.
In.
There's gonna be
Plug it in.
There's gonna be
Jesus Christ, Austin.
Coyote
No,
Man.
go.
Coyote Man from Chicago. They're like jazz metal fusion. They're really fucking awesome.
I think they're going to fit in with well
I've
with you
enjoyed
guys.
what
It's
I've
all
heard.
instrumental, so you don't have to worry about a shitty vocalist, which you will have to worry about the rest of the night.
Like that
Fair.
vocalist for Weed Bee.
Not my favorite.
Fucking growlers.
I am excited about the Weed Bee set, though. It's going to be great.
Talentless growlers.
It's going to be our first time playing the first 5 songs of our upcoming album in a
Awesome.
row.
Ooh.
Pretty sweet. Pretty excited.
I'm excited.
I'm ready for that.
We're playing 2 new songs for Lafayette, but we did play them at the Indie Metal Fest.
Cool.
Prescient Awareness and Crusaders of the Empire. It's going to be pretty sick.
That sounds epic as shit.
One of them is really pretty and awesome, and the other one is super fucking heavy and awesome. It's filled with awesome. Beware. We talked about doing a medley too, but we haven't worked on it at all, and we only have a couple days to figure it out. So I'm not sure if that's going to happen. And then Born Under Burden, it's coming back.
Hell yeah.
Reunion show, playing some new songs. And there's
Well,
what
I
else is
just
gonna
croaked
happen?
down this beer. I'm ready for the next.
We're talking about.
Hey, I'm the frog pun guy here. All right.
We're gonna burn a couch that night too, so keep that in
Oh,
mind.
sweet.
Oh, fuck yeah.
That is a thing that we like to do here.
It's the thing that is very good about being
Couch
done
burning.
here.
And it's at Jerry Lee, so I'm sure there's gonna be lots of pinball playing, and there's the Dogfish Head Tap Takeover. Mm-hmm. They have the Flesh and Blood. They're gonna have that 90-minute, and then there's one called Romantic Chemistry. It's like a mango IPA, which I haven't tried yet, so I'm pretty excited about that. Dogfish Head Mango IPA.
Speaking of couch burning, we just burnt a couch just the other weekend
I
here.
missed that.
We did.
And as veterans as we are of burning couches, we were having a little bit of trouble, and there was that one point where there was a voice that rang out in the dark. Why isn't this lighting? Where's Austin? He set stuff on fire.
And then we found the gasoline tank.
And then I got yelled at for pouring too much gas in the fire while
But
it
it
was
worked.
burning. And then it just...
And we finally burnt that entertainment system. That thing was having a hard time getting lit up.
Well, we were lit trying to light it, so...
Yeah.
I think that was like 90% of our problem was
You know, I don't
how
think
smashed we
Every
were.
time we try to light a couch on fire, we're just drunk.
you know, I don't
Oh,
think
that
it's
reminds
ever
me, I
been
need to re-up on my supply of flares for this weekend.
shit. I don't think it's ever been actually recorded, but I've mentioned before that the Doom Room is the place. Much like in Africa, there's this place where elephants go to die, and it's just this graveyard of elephant bones. The Doom Room is the place where couches go to die. Oh no!
Whoa.
What were you saying?
What were you
Continue
saying?
your story.
Wow! What were you saying? As if the way you said that made it sound like I caused that.
Why would you do this, dude?
Caused what?
What did you?
If you could just continue your story so that this wasn't for nothing, that would be great.
That would be great.
The Doom Room is the place where couches go to die.
Damn right.
I brought a love seat here. It died in a fire.
I've brought a couch here.
I burned many couches here.
Many.
One of my band's T-shirts has a burning couch from here.
Awesome.
On it.
I
It's
have
one of my
that
all-time
t-shirt, I
favorite
think.
shirts.
Oh, shucks.
But speaking of the St. Patty's Day show, I have a PSA, a public service announcement, not a peen service announcement.
You sure?
Thanks for clearing that
you sure?
up.
It's not a penile service announcement, Dick.
So a lot of people are confused, and I'm gonna bring this up live on my show last Wednesday.
What?
By the time this airs, the live show will already happened, but it'll be next Thursday for the audio listeners. So today I argued with my girlfriend Miranda.
Good.
Because
Good.
she
happy about
she
that.
asked me what she should wear to the St. Patty's Day show at Jerry Lee's.
Okay,
Something
good.
green.
And she gave me two options, and
You picked
one
the
of
wrong
which
one.
she's like, should I wear the St. Patty's Day leggings? And she spelled Patty's Pattys, and I'm like, I instead of answering her question, I just corrected her. I put asterisk Patty's Paddys apostrophe s.
Is it St. Patrick's Day?
It's St. Patrick's Day.
Patrick.
Patrick.
Patrick or Patrick?
Patrick.
I'm just asking.
Patrick.
But
how would the
the
lettering
Irish
go with that?
The Irish prefer Patty because
Are you Irish?
Patty, yes, because Patty is short for
I'm
Patricia.
going to have to ask our Irish listeners about this.
Do it.
Please chime in, Irish listeners. Do you
Uh,
prefer
but no,
Patty or
it-
Paddy?
The preferred way is Patty. That is the real way to say it. And she argued with me for 2 hours.
I really want one
Because
of our
I kept
Irish
going.
listeners to just chime in
and
and
she's
just
like, "You
shut
never
Dick
answered my
down."
question." I was like, "You never said anything right."
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Before we let him continue this misogynistic rant,
No, it's not. It's not hating towards women.
I just want
It's
to
hating
It's just
towards
hating
people that are
towards
wrong.
women specifically.
We are.
A women.
These guys are cheering as though we've even announced the beer yet. I guess we're gonna drink it and then we're gonna announce it. All right. Cheers, everyone.
I just like beer.
Very stouty.
Ooh.
Yes, this
So
Elysian
good.
split shot espresso milk stout tastes pretty much exactly like what I just said.
Yep.
It's
Exactly.
I get that.
very coffee,
Cafe.
Oh,
coffee,
Fefe.
coffee.
You got to say it like
Coffee-esque.
you're
This
beyond
drink is
middle-aged
Kafka-esque.
and half retarded.
Kafka-esque. I think I'm saying that right. It is delicious though. Yeah, I'm just tasting a lot of coffee. It tastes like
Yeah.
a coffee.
There's a
stout.
lot of coffee.
It's
little chocolatey.
I like it.
It's got the coffee, but it's got that espresso kind of like that, where you have the cream with it too a little bit.
Yeah.
That helps roll it into the stout.
I'm digging it.
It's like a Starbucks.
I bet you.
I'm a big fan of this stuff.
It appears as though. Never mind. I thought I was going to quickly announce a special guest, but then he immediately walked downstairs. I'll try to save some of this.
bye.
For him. The ever so awesome guitarist for the ever so awesome band Weed Bee, Corey Guilford, is in the house trying to fix his amp for this weekend.
One of the almost few original members of Weed Bee.
Yes, he is.
He might as well be an OG.
Yeah, we're going to
original.
consider him OG.
He's
I
OG.
think-
He is
if we were
When
trying-
Weed Bee was officially a band,
He is OG, but
was
he's
there.
not original. But he might as well be original.
Oh, I mean,
It's
he
so
is
weird
as close
to say.
original as it
Yeah.
gets. He's as close to original as it gets. Besides,
it's not like
me.
we're talking about Freddie the Wheel here, but
He's back though, so we're gonna force him to get involved because I know he's gonna really love this beer. So we're gonna force him to say hi, and then we're gonna make him drink the beer and tell us what he thinks. Hey, Corey, what's up?
Greetings and salutations.
So we're drinking Elysian's split shot espresso milk stout, which we all seem to really, really like. Why don't you take a sip and tell us what you think? He's taking it in. He's really taking
This is majestic.
Yes.
He's making sure he gets exactly what he needs to say. All right.
Close your eyes, you can focus on the taste. But then you can't see the cup you're drinking from. Yeah, it's a really tasty stout. I might not have quite the developed palate that you might, but I would drink this every day if I could.
I couldn't agree more.
I totally agree with that.
Wise words from Corey.
I wouldn't say that my palate's any better than anyone's. I'm just a dude who likes drinking beer. How can I justify drinking lots of beer?
Let's make a podcast.
It's a real reason this
What if you
podcast
had a
started.
podcast, invited your friends over to make jokes and drink beer with you?
Yeah, pretty much. This bad boy is apparently 6%. Let's see what it has to
I
say
think
about
I'm
itself.
having deja vu.
Oh, no. Here it comes.
Ow.
The split shot combines the local talents of Elysian Brewing and Stumptown Coffee in a deliciously smooth, very Northwest beer. Northwest, you say? Seattle? Where's Elysian from?
Where is
I don't
Elysian
know.
from?
Northwest.
Thanks, Dave. Brewed and bottled by Elysian Brewing Company, Inc., Seattle, Washington. Wow.
Wow.
All right, well, we're at that.
So speaking of wow, I just found a video today where all of Chewbacca's roars are Owen Wilson going, wow.
I feel like that's almost better than the lightsaber one.
No, I don't
lightsaber one a
know.
lot.
That one's pretty good. But that sounds
No,
amazing.
The lightsaber battles where every lightsaber hit is a Michael Jackson. Ow! Come
we have spent at least an episode doing Michael Jackson.
I think I'm having deja vu.
Oh, no.
It's his catchphrase.
You're laughing now, too. Admit it.
So speaking of developed palates, so having been on this show multiple times now, I've developed my palate for beers, different beers. And the last episode I was on last week, episode 20.
Was it last week or was it the week before?
You claimed that last week was the episode that I would hate every beer. The prophesized episode of Dick hating all beers.
Dick hates everything.
Dick hates everything. That
So
one was...
I didn't hate that. I didn't hate any of those beers. Would I drink them again? Probably not. But I didn't hate them.
Right. Okay. That's fair.
You know, I've grown to
The challenge has been made.
All right.
I've grown to
I bet I
enjoy.
could find 4 beers that
I
he
bet
hates.
I bet you and I could make a hunt and find 4 beers that Nick just goes.
I promise you
I
that
hate
they're
this.
in my my cellar right
Challenge
now.
accepted.
I've got them.
But you know, like I've learned to just enjoy it as I take it in.
take it for what it is.
Yeah, and like I find a positive in every beer I drink now, like whether it be smoothness or the scent,
Something.
or I can't see through it.
That usually indicates to me that it's good. But
That usually
I'll
indicates to
admit,
me I'm
sometimes
gonna hate
some
this
of those-
beer.
Some of those
No.
liquor barrel aged ones get a little beefy. It's like,
Yeah,
I don't know about
those
that.
last ones were
They're so
quite
good.
beefy.
Like that episode was like a dream for my tongue.
We just had a couple.
I'm real
The
jealous.
other night at one of
Really
our band
jealous.
practices, we had Books and Brews in Indy.
Mm-hmm.
We had one that was, I think, one was bourbon barrel aged, and one of them might have been rum barrel aged, and they were just ass kickers. It was like a half shot every time you took a drink. It tasted like a shot because it was so strong.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It's good stuff though. We couldn't hold on to this
Wow.
for an episode.
I'm just to a point now where yeah, I hate coffee, and I'm not a fan of stouts, but I'm drinking this cool, it's liquid. I'm putting it in my body.
So,
I'm putting it in my body.
You're
It's
growing,
getting,
Dick.
it's getting me
barrel
drunk.
aged,
My little dick is growing.
and drinking them on an episode. I'm thinking about busting out my Barrel Massacre bag for the 25th anniversary episode of
25
the 25th episode.
25 year.
25 episode anniversary. That's a great idea because I've got a bunch too. We could definitely make that a killer episode, and I bet Dr. Dongo wouldn't like many of them.
As I
No, I
said,
will just
challenge is
bring-
always accepted.
Challenge accepted.
Always accepted.
Because I'm so excited to drink them. I just want to bring mine and go, let's fucking get shit-faced.
That sounds good to me. Well, there it is. We are all done with our beers for the night. Let's do a quick roundup. Does anyone know what their favorite is? I'm ready. I mean, I could tell you right now. I'm pretty
Well,
set.
then tell us.
I'm down
Tell
for
us.
the Elysian. I'm gonna give the split shot number 1. I love the coffee. It was fucking awesome. Perfect. I wish I could say 18th Street was a close second, but I don't know. It was weird that when it hit you in the middle. Are you gonna make it?
I'm gonna make it. I just have.
I'm
just
I know
laughing.
exactly
Good.
what I'm going to say.
Is it
my
me?
last
I'm
place
laughing
beer.
at myself, honestly. I have a thought.
So yeah, I'm gonna give it to Elysian, the coffee stout. That's my number 1 for the night. What about you, Austin?
My least favorite beer of the night is Zombie Dust.
Which is weird. It's weird.
Weird.
This is why I'm laughing. This is
I'm
why I'm
still
laughing,
talking.
and I'm not gonna say anything involving my choices. But is Zombie Dust even eligible in the running?
No.
Because we all like Zombie Dust.
Yeah, but
Actually, I've like it less now than I used to. It's actually
That's
becoming.
fair.
It's
That's
actually
fair.
becoming a beer I'd rather not drink.
whoa.
Like
I'll
I
never
hear
say
people
that.
go, "Hey, I got Zombie Dust," and I'm
You're
like,
like,
"Well,
cool.
what else do you
else?
have?"
Yeah.
You're like, cool. I got this beer from 450.
It's like,
North.
"Oh, you got a
Plug.
Miller Lite? Sure, I'll take that."
Plug.
I'm actually about to the point where I'd take a Miller Lite over a Zombie Dust right now.
Oh.
Now that's kind of borderline blasphemy, and
Wow.
I
Yeah.
don't know if I'm going to allow that on your
So,
show, Nick.
So I agree with Nick.
Hashtag unacceptable.
This split shot espresso milk stout is my number 1. The Velvet Cashmere from 18th Street was my number 2, but something leapfrogged in the second
Oh!
with this Hoppin' Frog Grapefruit Turbo Shandy.
That shit was
'Cause
so
it
good.
was
But
so good.
It doesn't taste like beer at all.
Yeah.
It
No.
just tastes like
It's
a-
still beer.
I know, but it doesn't taste like it, and it was hard to get over it.
It's still beer.
It's good though.
Nick, it's beer, okay?
It is
so
Listen,
beer, and you know it
It's a beer.
Do you even know what
It's
an
my
ale
drunk voice.
is?
Mine's
an
a
ale.
drunk toddler.
It says it
It's
right
a
there.
beer.
It's a beer.
Let's not get
Drink
dragged.
it
Let's
beer.
not
All
get-
right, let's continue around the circle.
Yeah.
Dongo.
No,
All right, barring Zombie Dust out of that because that's obviously my favorite. ISIS is licking me again. 18th,
also licking you.
18th Street for sure. That's my
Yeah?
number 1.
Really?
I enjoyed the mystery of the middle.
I'm gonna have to drink
The middle
I'm going
mystery.
to have to go drink another beer.
I think we're going to have to
Because-
drink one right after this,
because I'm
just
really
because
confused
it's so
about it.
good.
I'm-
Yeah, right.
It's so confusing in a good
It was
way.
so good, but I just don't understand it. I don't understand you.
And this is gonna come as a shocker, but I'm gonna put the
With a pinky?
I'm gonna put what's it called again? Hoppin' Frog. I'm gonna put that last.
Really?
I loved it.
It's
I
so
loved
good,
it.
but it doesn't. It's not.
It's not a beer to me.
Okay. Ooh.
It's not a brew
I
to
can't
me.
scream.
Don't you dare say that's not a beer!
I can't. I cannot scream about another. beer.
It's totally a beer, man.
Okay.
No,
It's
no.
a beer.
But no, the Elysian goes second for me because it was different in terms of it to me that's a beer. That's a brew.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The Hoppin' Frog is.
I loved it.
It's so good, but it was almost like
Like a beer you could drink all the time?
trying to be special.
Boom.
It was trying to be something different. Whereas that was.
Let me grab
nice
this
solid
Capri Sun out of the fucking fridge. Oh shit, it got me
for
drunk.
Sure. I can't believe it was 7. Can't believe it was 7%. Dave.
Mic drop.
Dave, tell us what you think.
Well, I think that beer is tasty.
Beer is good. And
This is
stuff.
hard. I'll have to go with the Elysian would be my number 1. I love coffee and you know how much I love stouts on this episode. Everyone would know.
You guys do stouts?
I say that. And then
We got
second,
some stouts.
Let's do stouts.
Delicious.
I either say the 18th Street or the Hoppin' Frog, but I'm gonna lean towards the Velvet Cashmere.
I like the Velvet Cashmere. I'm
It
gonna
was good.
drink. I think that's gonna be our after party, our after drink. We're gonna drink some more of that and try to figure out what the fuck we gotta figure out. What
the
hell's
mystery,
going on.
the mystery of the middle.
We're calling the Mystery Machine. We're gonna figure it out.
All right,
Might get some Scooby snacks, but
closing thoughts. As editor of this show, I'm just gonna edit out Austin for saying, he'd rather take a Miller over a fucking zombie dust. He's out of the show.
I'm not about censorship, but I want to say that I am disappointed.
That's like banning somebody. That's like banning a band from playing shows because you don't like their lyrical content.
Okay.
Oh.
And we'll bring up the dwarf among midgets John Saxon debate on the next episode of Brews with Dudes.
Dwarfgate.
Oh shit.
Dwarfgate.
I don't even know about
Rapegate.
this. I can't
Rapegate.
wait.
There's a lot of bad names that we could use for
Don't
that.
censor music unless you're fascist.
All right. Thank you guys for listening.
Fuck Nazis.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you for having me,
Dr.
as
Dongo.
always.
Thank you.
Austin, thank you yet again.
Always.
Thank you to the Journey into Comics Network for having us. And we will see you in episode 22 of Brews with Dudes.